Greetings all, Norm Collins here. As you can see, I'm back in my lovely home and had a good trip around the South Island. Very enjoyable. Serendipitously, I kept pulling up outside Masons lodges or finding them in different towns. So I'm back here in Nelson, obviously, and I thought I'd just go over some of the books that I've got here with regards to Freemasonry and whatnot. And just cover a little bit of stuff and throw in a few memes in that, and probably be the last thing I do on Freemasons, but we'll wrap it up with this one. So, first book I've got here is the Freemasons Guide and Compendium by Bernard E. Jones. Inside cover there has the pictures called The Ancient of Days by William Blake. I'll just leave that there for you for a second. You can pause the video at any stage here and have a look at anything there you want. So I'm just going to maybe cover a few of the pictures that are in these books, because pictures paint 1,000 words, as they say. Freemasons Constitution there. So very interesting stuff. Grand Masters, the Masons there. And these guys have been around for a long time. They've been running their business and doing their craft for, as I say, a long time. As shown in the French print of the 18th century, published in the 1720s. This one, the background are some only of the lists which began to be published in 1720s, and which from about the end of the decade determined the seniority and numbering of English lodges. Number 5. George Washington, Sir Christopher Wren, both members of the Freemasonic Lodge there. So, these lodges have all the top individuals of all sorts of different areas of government. Individuals of all sorts of different areas of police, of the judiciary, lawyers. They're lawyers, doctors. They're all the professionals in your society. These are some of their aprons, the Moira apron. These go into great detail too. And obviously there's a lot of symbology and a lot of ritual that goes into the establishing the craft and allowing them to recognise each other. It's all operated in code. There's your M down there. That one there's your M of your, what is that one on? I'll throw some memes in here too, actually, with some different, just going over some of the symbols. As I say, these things are full of symbology. The usual symbols, and as they say, it's their symbols that'll be their downfall. And there again, all aprons, different types of aprons that they have. Royal arc or arch aprons. Again, just so you can pause that there and have a read if you want to. I just want to be careful with some of these books, because they are a little bit old. some of them. So we're just got to be a little bit careful. I do like my books. I do like to take care of them. Actually, I found while I was down south in an emporium in Invercargill, actually, a set of about 17, about 7 books from the late 1800s, early 1900s of New Zealand statutes. So I'll be looking forward to getting those. I've got a friend bringing them up in the next couple of days. So there's your squares on your, of course you have them on the edge of your picture frames and all that sort of stuff too. Again, the symbology is how we will know them and identify them. There's some of their tools of trade, swords and trowels. So I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I want to keep it quite short, but if we're going to go through all this stuff, it might take me a wee while. So bear with us here. Some interesting stuff coming. And as I say, I'll throw in some memes that I've got there as well on the way. So you can stop these, pause these at any stage and read at your own leisure. These are the thrones, chairs, pedestals, and kneeling stools. Here we go. Pause on those, as I say, and read them if you want to. What have we got here? The annual festival of the Royal Cumberland Freemason School, now the Royal Masonic Institution for Girls. School was established in 1788. Now, people sort of talk about that women can't be Freemasons. Well, I can assure you that that's not the case whatsoever. Actually, I'll show you one of the, I have an image of one of the first ladies ever introduced into the craft. And it's a craft. Set of tracing boards in use by the Lodge of Unanimity and Sincerity, number 261, Taunton. Now, Napoleon Bonaparte, make no mistake, he was a Freemason. 1798. You don't, as I say, you don't get into these positions of power and authority without being a Freemason or without being invited into the craft. It is part of the criteria. Here's some more tracing boards. I don't know much about the use of tracing boards. I'm not too sure about them, actually. Royal Arch tracing board. So yeah, as I say, these guys have been around for a wee while. A couple of 300 years at least. And the symbology is rife. Winding staircase and middle chamber. They like their chambers, these masons and judges. They all have their chambers, don't they? What goes on in those chambers, you wonder? There's your classic symbology of the Freemasons. Your compass and your square. Notice that sometimes the leg is behind the square and sometimes it's in front of the square. So this all has different meaning and symbology within their craft. This is the inauguration of Robert Burns as Poet Laureate of the Canongate Kilwinning Lodge. Oh yeah, one of the videos I have there previously, I think it was the Amberley one. What was the Amberley one? I stopped outside the building there, had Kilwilling. Actually had Kilwilling on the front of the building. If you go back and have a look at that, at one of my other videos there on YouTube. If you're watching this on Rumble, I'll be putting all these up there on BitChute. You can follow my other pages there. So yeah, really interesting stuff. Oh, there you go. The square and the compass, one leg over and both legs under, has different symbologies and meanings. Again, this is all code. As I tell you in my workshops, we are surrounded by code, folks. We're very, very used to code. We're just not very used to deciphering the codes. This is what we have to learn to do. So this is dedication stone of the Royal Masonic Hospital, Ravenscourt Park, being laid by electrical connection in Olympia, London on May 19th, 1932. These individuals are involved in everything, folks. And as I say, once you start to realise their symbology and the codes and the different insignias and sigils and all the different means of communication that they have with each other. These are all codes, you know, signifying different areas, different lodges. So that was pretty much all that one. So that one there was the Freemason's Guide and Compendium. Very, very interesting, that one there. I'll just pop that one aside. And the next one I got here is Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. I've only got volume 1, A to L. I do have M to Z on a PDF, but I'd really love to be able to get the actual book, the actual hard copy of the book. It would be really nice. So there's your 3 graces there: youth and beauty, mirth, which is happiness, and I forget what the other one was. Mirth, beauty, happiness, and, well, I've got it here. Actually, I'll show you what that is. So there's your 3 graces there. Classical sculpture, marble, that one. 3 graces. So yeah, you can go and check those out. I'll know more about those. But this book here is Freemasonry Encyclopedia. So a bit of a treasure, this one. Picked this one up in the bookshop. So believe me, it's all out there. Once you start to have a bit of a look around, you'll see all sorts of things going on out there. Very, very interesting books, these. And these, of course, go into all the Masonic interpretations and definitions and whatnot. So here we have, so this lady, the Honourable Mrs. Aldworth, who was well known as the Lady Freemason, was the Honourable Elizabeth St. Ledger's daughter of Lord Doneraile and Doneraile Court Company, Cork, Ireland. She was born in 1693 and married in 1713 to Richard Aldworth, Esquire of Newmarket, Cork Co. There appears to be no doubt that while a girl she received the 1st and 2nd degrees of Freemasonry in Ireland, but of the actual circumstances of her initiation, several different accounts have been given. So you can go forward and read that there. So make no mistake about it, these ladies have been involved in the lodge for a very, very long time. Make no mistake about it. Yeah. Freemasons at work, eh? Yeah. I say, symbology, it's all there. Once you start looking for it, you can't not see it. And these structures here, these ancient structures, these things are absolutely incredible. These are quantum resonators and sound and healing, those things. But anyway, that's a whole another side road, if you like. Hopefully that's focusing properly so you can read it. I don't think these have got images on the backs, these ones. No, they haven't. Interesting stuff there if you want to quickly read that about the crown. The crown is, you know, heavily involved in all this stuff too, folks. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. It's infiltrated all levels of authority and control, and it's rife within the system, Freemasonry, folks. Talks about the Grand Lodges here. the grammar, the grand grammarians, give us our language. Fascinating stuff. Knights Templars, I think Knights has got Knights Templars, and they're all involved in it. Very, very interesting. So yeah, that's that book there. Really cool box. If anyone knows where I can get hold of N to Z, I would love to have that as well. Now, here's a little Masonic Bible that I had here. I picked this one up ages ago at a Sunday market. Go to a lot of these markets, folks. Don't need to have anyone's name there, I don't think, but Grand Lodge. There's not much to. There's not, although it's got the lovely gold gilding on the edgings there. It's leather bound. Yeah, it's a lovely book. Lovely wee book, but there's nothing too special about that other than it having the emblems there of the Masonic Lodge right on the front of it there. Now, another little gem that I picked up here a wee while ago is this one here. This one here is an absolute... I was rapt to score this book. This is the Master Reference Edition, the Holy Bible. This is the Masonic Bible again. You know, they have their own printings of these things, their own interpretations. This covers a lot of stuff in here too, you know, specifically to do with the Masonic Lodge and their interpretations of things. So yeah, Order of the Eastern Star, it's the female aspect of it. Freemasonry and the Holy Bible. So here's Henry Price, the first Grand Master of Northern American Lodges. George Washington, of course. There's all your Masonic presidents there. Again, you can pause that at any stage and have a look at them. So your Masonic records, you've got officers of the chapters. Yeah, all sorts of interesting stuff. Building of Solomon's Temple. Here we are here. And again, you know, you find within these pictures your trowel, your compass, all the different symbolism there. Guy's got a compass in his hand. There's your crowns, your symbolism, it's all there. Books of the Old and New Testament's got there. Holy Bible, this one. So yeah, really cool book. And of course, you know, as I always say, you know, first in time is best in law. The earlier you can, you know, the earlier the Bibles and things that you can get and find, and that, the earlier the historical books and that, the closer you're going to get to the source. And the closer you are to the source, obviously, the closer you're going to be to the origins of where the stuff comes from. So there's a couple other things in here I wanted to show you there. No, that wasn't one of them. But I'll just quickly flick through here in case anything pops out. This is just your general Bible, of course. From the Alpha to the Omega. What did I have here? Oh, the interesting thing about the Bible, you know, there's a lot of not good things and there's a lot of good things, but it's up to you to garner your discernment from these things. A very interesting fact about the Bible is that Psalm 118 is actually the middle psalm of the Bible, and the middle verse of the Bible is Psalm 118:9, and it states here, "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes." And if you go and look up the actual definition or the reference to the princes, you will find it refers to man. So very, very powerful phrase there. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. So very interesting. So, you know, the Bible, lots to be said about it, of course. But there's the New Testament part of it there, where all the quotes from Jesus are supposedly in red, as your guide to the laws of the Bible. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to show you in that one there. But yeah, it's got some really good maps in the back here of the old maps. Palestine, Canaan, or Canaan, as they stated. So that's the Holy Bible there. And then I've actually got the official, excuse me, one of the old official Bibles here. This one's a beauty. Morals and Dogma, Ancient and Accepted Rite. Southern Jurisdiction, USA. So this is obviously Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma. This is, although there's the Masonic Bible, this one here is actually considered to be the Mason's Bible. He being the head Grand Master. I'm not sure there's actually much in here to actually view, but there's more references I've got there. So yeah, fascinating stuff again, as I say, and you'll know them through the symbology too. Also, you know, I just wanted to show you there's some of the symbology there. This being the Who is the Government? Great Deception by Ewan Campbell. Fascinating book. And I was gifted this by some lovely people down in Christchurch after one of my workshops. So really do appreciate that, you guys. So I'm probably going to wrap it up there. I'm going to throw in a few memes here, and it's probably the last thing I'll be doing on the Masons, unless anyone else is interested in me covering these books a little bit more or anything like that. I also am going to be going over some of my books, because I've had quite a few people ask me about some of my books in my library, and I've got lots here, very interesting ones, and yeah, the whole compendiums of George Orwell, lots of historical New Zealand books there, early stuff, flags and whatnot. But yeah, I've got all sorts of books there, so I might cover some of my books a little bit later on. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this at the beginning or the end or where it's going to be, but hope you enjoy. Cheers for that. We're recording. Yeah, greetings all. So Norm Collins here. Finished me South Island tour there, and so I thought I'd finish off with this. It seems I kept bumping into the Masonic lodges. I thought I'd just finish off with the old Masonic lodge here in Nelson. This one's also available for short-term rental. Contact number there. Contact Phil. Not suitable for parties, so here we have Nelson's Masonic Lodge. Not sure what's going on there. Obviously the foundation stone, but maybe 1928 there. Not too sure. Yeah, it's an older building, obviously, on Collingwood Street here in Nelson. There's the old Masonic gate there. On the gate. As I say, it's an older building. But these buildings are in every city, every town in New Zealand. So yeah, so we have the old Mason's Lodge here in Nelson. They've actually built a new one, and it's around the corner from here. But maybe I'll pop round and have a look at that one for you as well. But this is the Masonic one here in Nelson. Originally only a very small building. Looks like these back parts were built onto it. But there we have it. So yeah, might leave you with that. It was a really great tour. Great meeting all you beautiful people down there. Interested in expanding your own awareness of what's going on in this realm. Yeah, leave a comment. $15.94. Obviously not the date. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Nelson's Masonic building. Footprint in every town. Okay guys, leave you to it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.